Welcome to the third module. This module we're going to be discussing the law of faithfulness. Oh God, the law of faithfulness. And then I had to say that, oh God, I would explain why I said that pretty soon. But the etymology, which is the root meaning of the word faithful, etymology of the word faithful means true, honest, trustworthy, reliable. It also means steady in allegiance, strict or thorough in the performance of duty. Strict or thorough in the performance of duty. Faithfulness means fidelity, loyalty, devotion, a strict and continuing faithfulness to an obligation, a trust or duty. A strict and continuing faithfulness to an obligation, trust, or duty. I found out about the law of faithfulness a while ago. And when I say faithful, I'm talking about two flavors of faithfulness: faithfulness to your craft and faithfulness to people. Now, faithfulness has almost become relegated, especially in our society. So let's give an example. When they say a guy is faithful to his partner or his wife or something, a lady is faithful, it looks like, oh, don't worry now, it's because you don't know yet. And then when they say that people are faithful at their place of duty, people also do not believe it. So let me give you a good example of faithfulness. For example, you're an employee, your upline or your CEO or manager has paid for your time between 9 and 5. A flavor of unfaithfulness is you running your personal errands or doing something personal during work time or work hours. Nobody has to see you for us to know that you are faithful, unfaithful, because they have paid for that time. If you knew you did not have the energy or passion to deploy at your place of duty, then you should not have taken the job. But I see where employees and people who are expected to give 100% of their best, to be seen as reliable and dedicated, cut corners. They don't have to know that you're cutting corners for you to reap that fruit. Because one day you would establish your company, and if you are not careful, you would get the same feedback from those kind of people. There's something that I've observed that has happened in my life. I think because I'm faithful to people, and when I say faithful, I don't mean perfect. I have my errors. I have stepped on people's toes. Maybe I do now. If I do now and they inform me, I take responsibility for it. So it's not that I wake up in the morning and I pray that God help me to frustrate this person. Amen. No. Like, no, I really don't do that. So, but at everything I want to do, even my team members will tell you when we have a presentation, when we have a proposal, when we have a training, it's like I am going to it's like I'm giving myself after training, a training or trainings most of the time, I feel empty because I go to offload, I go to release, I go to discharge, I go to empty myself. And I remember a particular time was actually 2 years ago when I took a trip down to Enugu to visit the accomplished raconteur. Yes, Peter Edoche, Daddy Peter Edoche. You know the actor, you know that man. Yes, so I just wanted to find out how devoted and why he was that devoted to his craft. Because at the mention of the name Peter Edoche, you receive some data. The data is excellence. I mean, he kills his role. Another person like that I appreciate is Mommy Joke Jacobs. Yes. Another person that I appreciate is Genevieve. I mean, you see Genevieve and you love her. So I'm just talking about Nollywood now. Another person that I appreciate in Nollywood is Nkwe Etim. Nkwe Inse Etim or no, Unse Ikpe Etim. Yeah. I appreciate her so much. Like when they are acting oh and then RMD. Oh God, that RMD is something else. Like no, you just see him and you love him. I can't remember too many of the men, but when you see them, you see, oh, Daddy Jacobs, Daddy Olu Jacobs, fantastic. You just see them and you see dedication, you see commitment, you see faithfulness to a craft. You see that they can die for their craft. Another person that I remember right now is late Pastor Bimbo Jokwaya. Another person I appreciate is Ibukun Awoshika. We call her Pastor Blessing Awoshika. Yes. You know, there's no time Pastor Blessing or Ibukun Awoshika, Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika talks, and you just cannot touch the essence and the tangibility of what she's saying. You will touch it. And these are people who have character. That's the part I love. When I say character, I'm not talking about perfection, because that's when people will come and no. Character. They are faithful to their craft. Like they know what they're supposed to do, like the back of their hands. Like this is what they are doing. So faithfulness is very key. Faithfulness to your craft, faithfulness to people. And then let me talk about faithfulness to people, because I see that there's no money anywhere or money in the world. Money is in people. Money is in people. Relationships are energy. Any money you are looking for is in somebody's hand. And the emotional data you invest in their life would either make them refer you or resist you. So back to Daddy Pete Edochie, I was asking him questions about what and why he does what he does, and he said to me, he said, for example, some of the roles that he requested to pay, that the moment they sign him up for the roles, for example, if he needs to um, be a dibia or something, that one thing he does is he then goes to meet a dibia. He said there was a time for 2 months he was studying a dibia. When I say a dibia, you people call them herbalist or something. Yeah, he was studying an herbalist. He was going to see the herbalist every day to learn incantations, to learn how they were doing their stuff. I mean, he had to become in his soul so that when he was displaying that role, he fitted it. I looked at him and I said, that is some level of dedication. Any wonder you see that Pete Edochie and he needs to play the role of a wicked man. You can't doubt him. Like you will touch the wickedness. This woman is also doing a great job, Patience Osoko. I mean, Patience Osoko is the only one in the movie industry that will put poison in your food and will taste it. And it won't affect her, but the other person will die. I mean, Patience is that good. She knows the flavor and the amount to add for impact on the person, but no impact. So faithfulness is key, because everybody who will refer you need to, especially the people who have sense, the sensible people who are referring you because they want you to succeed and enjoy the news of your success, need you to be faithful, so that when they are saying anything, they can vouch for you. They can say, no, this is the best. And faithfulness means doing what you have to do even when you don't feel like doing it, paying attention. Because sometimes we're tired. It's not every time I want to train, it's not every time I want to teach, but it's every time I want to see credit alert. It will be angry. It's every time. Credit alert is very therapeutic. Credit alert calms headache, it clears headache. I mean, you just, when you are angry and you just see 10 million. If not that, if not, yeah. So it's really not every time that I feel like doing everything I love to do. Sometimes I'm tired, but it's my noble goal. It wakes me up in the morning. It connects me with the world. And I try as much as possible to service my relationships. I wish I understood the power of relationships years ago. Like right now, even where I am, I appreciate what it is, but I wish I understood it years ago. Guys, please and please pay attention to your relationships. Pay attention to the law of diligence. Pay attention to the law of faithfulness. I'm going to be rounding off on one other law, which is another module. Right after the module, then we get into the WhatsApp class.